Well, then why not do that with check?
Well, he has given a check, right?
Oh, yes, of course. Okay, and then he's moved. Yeah, and then he's moved up. Fine, fine, fine. We're good. Sorry, I thought we were
Wait,
looking down that analysis line. I'm back with you now.
he comes back. So
Oh,
now, can you get inspired by Anish Giri because you were just watching the game and go pawn grabbing, but this time on the board? Queen takes pawn.
I'm so scared of the checks on f4, though.
There is a check on f4, and it's about that, right? How much do you believe in the power of your king to just keep walking up the board? And clearly, Nodirbek's king today has been a very brave piece.
Yeah, like I'm thinking, I'm more worried about the queen coming into check. So if the black queen takes on h5 with check, I'm scared of the white queen playing queen f4 check, because I feel like there are squares where the black rook can interpose a check, but there are no squares where the black queen can interpose any checks, and that's the reason why I'm so nervous.
And that's the
That
thing
looks
with
sharp.
Nodirbek, right? He is sidestepping with the king, so he gets himself out of, well, the ultimate pin with the king on c4, with the X-raying vision of the queen, and now there are big ideas of rook d1 check on the board. So white might need to go on the defense. The other point is that Nodirbek has actually cleared the path for the c pawn to start
I
moving
like
up the
this.
board. So for example, rook f4 check can perhaps be met by c4. Imagine a world where in this position, black's king starts assisting the pawn to become a queen.
I
That's
think that's
truly a marriage between a king and a queen.
Yeah, I think that might even be the easiest path to victory. Because instead of constantly being worried about how my rook and queen are connected, what pins exist where, and how, like, I'd love to be able to block a check with the pawn and just move it closer to a promotion square. It's allowing, instead of a queen and a rook versus a queen and a rook, I'm using my extra pieces on the board. I'm using my pawns as weapons. And that's the advantage that Nodirbek has now. So I really like this idea, and I like the idea of blocking the next check with c4, with my plan being king b3, c3, king b2, c2.
Yeah. It's sort of like king is the head of the house, and then you've got this pawn, which is like your daughter, and then you encourage her and assist her to become a queen and grow
She's
into
all grown
something
up.
powerful.
Exactly.
But for now, no check was given. The rook comes back to d2, and this is the position on the board. I think it's just been so instructive to watch the piece play by Nodirbek, right? Hiding his
Hmm.
king behind the pawns, using the queen and the rook to get away from the checks, and as it continues in a gutsy way to march forward on the board, it's been a true army power play.
It's been very, very instructive, because there are, how do I put it? There may well be more precise, better engine moves that very specifically get you an extra 0.5 or something like that.
Ooh,
But wow,
you got
even
a result,
eliciting a
John.
handshake. I think that's a result. That was a resignation. But instead of going for endlessly calculated, super sharp computer lines with endless checks, it's like, let me show you in principle, the idea I'm willing to demonstrate here. I'm moving my king to one side. I'm going to promote a pawn. Do you realistically think you can stop it? And I think that's the question that was asked that caused resignation there, on the part of Jordan van Foreest. So Abdusattorov there, extremely happy. What a crazy, crazy game.
Insanely beautiful. The way it was played out, we saw this battle in the opening, which saw Notterback on the back foot. But he
Yeah.
found a way to complicate matters. Then we saw Jordan come in with a stunning knight d5, and then the position just completely exploded. And I think the players are still calculating this end bit of having the king out. They don't have the bar, they don't have the computers telling them, and the arbiter's like, there are other games going on. You guys got to get to the analysis room to figure this out. And in the
Exactly.
end, it was Notterback's precise calculation that gets him the win and potentially puts him in the lead going into the first rest day.
Do you know where the analysis room is at Tata Steel, Tanya? Is there, like, because for example, this was many years ago before they were located at the Emirates, but there was a period where I visited the London Classic, where sometimes the players on stage would come in